Hey guys, welcome back to my chapter review for One Piece chapter 1130. Now grab some water, coffee, tea, and enjoy. So I'm gonna jump straight into that panel that we go to. So spoiler, chapter 1130, going right into it, man. These last two pages of the chapter have given me goosebumps. Absolute just I can't believe we're finally in Elbaph. We get confirmation, narrator writing or Oda writing on the page Elbaph. And it is incredible, man. I saw it and I am, you know, it's just goosebumps when I finally see the ticker, the name labeled on there, Elbaph, and it we see the other person that. You know what? Let's get to the end of the chapter with that. Let me get my notes here that I dropped by accident. We'll get to that. So I'm gonna go through the chapter. Let me know if you guys want me to talk about something else. If the microphone is fine, the lighting is fine. I added another lighting there because it was a little dim, I think, in the previous video. So let me know. Please leave me any comments on what to improve on. I appreciate it greatly. So let's jump into it. And in the beginning, we start with Frankie, and I see the note, the seniority kind of. I like it. I like the dynamic that we are seeing here with Frankie saying the order, and we kind of go by seniority. But you can argue, I feel that Jinbei could be in this position, same position as Frankie, and saying what they're gonna do next because Jinbei has been a captain. He can rein in any orders as a standing captain in this case, in this regard, seniority wise. But we do see Frankie saying what they're gonna do, and I will gas Frankie up every single day, every single time. I will gas Frankie, man. His fit looks oof, exquisite, extraordinary. The thug had the black jacket, just and right in time for the Olympia. So it's just great. I love Frankie. I love gassing up Frankie. Anyway, they're ordering. Frankie's ordering them to just stop searching. So they were searching for a while, and we see that Jinbei, yeah, we know he has a connection to talking to animals or whale sharks in this case, and he has a network of whale sharks searching for the ship and everybody, but they'll never find them because they literally went into the sky, picked up by a giant crow. And they're happy. Everybody's good. We're going to Elbaph. Now the rest of the crew's on the way to Elbaph, and we cut to the original five. We'll come back to the crew in a bit. And they're going through the giant bridge, normal. We see people from the new giant pirates. So that's an interesting dynamic that there's the new giant pirates and the old ones, but they disbanded the old ones, or they're saying the old giant pirates are making a comeback, and they're like, no, we didn't want to make a comeback. There's Hydrugen. He is the captain of the giant pirates. But anyway, I don't know how that's supposed to work. Like, what do you mean you didn't want to make a comeback? Were you not cruise? Like, did you just happen to sail to pick up Luffy in this regard because of whatever the circumstance was? Anyway, uh, you see the difference in size, and everybody in the original in Luffy's side is talking about all the trees being huge, but do they age faster? I don't think they age necessarily faster, or they last longer, or they're older. Maybe the Atom tree is very, very old, but these trees, I feel like they just normal lifespans. Or maybe, you know what? Never mind, because giants do last, like, they have longer lives. I just want to get through some of the important parts, and just I like the dynamic that that they're going through the bridge, and you see Luffy pondering, and he senses something that I want to talk about, and he labels it a roaring sound. I hear a roar, and I heard it in the block country, and I hear it here. Why is it a roar? We'll get to that. I think we'll just. It's too obvious, but I just want to point it out. And Zoro's like, "Where are we going? Where you hear something? Let's go." He's ready. Like, I love Zoro's energy right now. I adore it right now. It's great. His energy is amazing. Just following Luffy. Like, where is it? What do you see? Let's go. And Sanji's like, we're not going anywhere, right? We are not going to the forest. It's off limits. And Luffy's like, I'm gone. I'm ready. Go on. I'll go on ahead. Don't worry. I'll catch up. Like, what do you mean you're gonna catch up? Zoro would get lost. I wonder. I can't imagine Zoro getting lost right now. But he calls it a roar. So we'll get to that part in the end. I'll talk about the character we see. Well, we know who it is. And we jump back to the ship with Frankie, Robin, Jinbei, and Brooke. And I really, I was ready. I was ready. When I got to this part of the chapter, I was like, ooh, goosebumps. Not goosebumps, but like, I'm like, ooh, exciting, exciting. We see Dory and Brogy get a increase in bounty, 1.8 billion each. So they're I know King of Lightning and I forgot who else had called it, like these people are billion level bounty people, and we see that now. So like the giants are not to be messed with, man. They are not. They are strong freaking warriors, and you just see that with two captains. The two captains that they know of are 1.8 billion. If that takes a part into helping Luffy, if that takes a part into hitting the Gorosei, I don't know. But I was really waiting for Frankie to get a buff, Robin to get an increase, everybody else to get an increase. Maybe not Luffy, or maybe like 3.5 billion. But I really thought that everybody else was going to get a big bounty increase because of what they did and hurt the Gorosei in this case. But no, anyway, not a big deal. I've accepted it. This is the only bounty increase we're going to get. And that's it. We'll get another bounty increase at the end of Elbaph, most likely. And you see Dorian Brogy are like, we were not trying to make a comeback. He's nervous. Like he's like, no, no, no. I don't want 1.8 billion on my head. And maybe he doesn't think he's up to par on that. But Robin's like, no, no. For you guys, 1.8 seems really good. Like it's fine. It seems like your level is 1.8 billion. And I love that Robin's reading with the glasses and stuff. But they point out, and I see Frankie again. He looks so good in that outfit, man. Like Oda drew him freaking awesome. And Vegapunk's talking to Frankie about, oh, you guys killed me, all right, because Morgan had changed the freaking narrative on the story. He changed it, not the world government. He changed the narrative. And Robin's pointing at the X on Luffy's arm. He says, "Why is this so clear? This wasn't on him. Did he have this always when he turned into this form?" And we know that is Vivi's doing. I would assume, right? I think so. We're assuming, but it's safe to say that it's Vivi, the one that drew that X. And it's so funny that the people that need to see this don't see it, but Robin remembers distinctly that, like, this looks familiar because they were versus Crocodile when they had the X, and Robin hadn't fully joined the crew. So the people that need to see it to say what this is are not there. But Robin's like, this looks familiar. So we're going to get that comeback. And maybe Robin saves this and be like, did you have this before? And Luffy will say, no, that's actually from Vivi. That's actually from, I forgot the damn city. But that's from that place where we met you too, actually. So that's a great callback from Vivi. That's the only way she can say that she is safe right now. She is alive because as far as they know, she's missing. But that's how they can confirm she's safe. Oh my god, and then Brogy asks the crew, Straw Hats, the remaining ones right now, oh, Luffy's on par and same standing as Shanks, right? Yonko? And we don't get anything from that. What do you mean? What do you mean? Yes, he's on the same standing. Why did that cut out? What happened? What does that mean? And they talk this sentence where they say, yeah, even Hydrugen joined your crew. Not joined your crew. He's under your wing, and he is the son of the king. Yeah, which the next statement comes through that somebody had killed the king, so there's no king. So who's the king now? Is Hydrugen the king? Anyway, that shows so much standing Or wait, I need to see the official translation, I think, because I don't know if the king's alive or not. And I don't know if this means that this other person has the devil fruit. We really need to see the full translation on this one. But yeah, so that makes Hydrugen joining under Luffy so much more impactful, because you basically have the other giants under your wing if if he's king, if he's almost king, right? I think, because there's two sons to that king as far as we know. So Oda's already throwing out the theory of other characters, so we'll jump into that. I feel like I'm gonna forget a bunch of stuff as soon as we get there. And so they call him the accursed prince, the other son, the brother to Hydrugen, and they start talking about the accursed king, and Jinbei is already catching on, like, oh, this doesn't happen to be. And they hold his name all the way to the end of the chapter. They start talking about what happened to him. He's turned to darkness. The past few years, he's turned to darkness. Oh, the cat. Past few years, he's turned to darkness. And they're saying how all the warriors of Elbaph, so this person is no joke. I'm pretty sure that Elbaph has very strong warriors also. Maybe like I'm trying to compare it to the samurai, but stronger, because maybe not even stronger, because people gassed the samurai. Oh, this guy is going to be Zoro's enemy. This guy's going to be Zoro's enemy. This guy looks very strong. He's the leader of Orochi's swordsman or whatever. Everybody was fodder, other than like the Flying Six. Everybody was fodder. So I don't know how strong the giant warrior pirates are, but they took all the warriors on the island. It's a very big island to seize and hold him down and put him to crucifixion, right? And they said he is up for crucifixion. Yeah, at least the translation here says it. So why isn't he dead? I thought he was going to be killed. Is it like he's holding a few years before crucifixion? What happens? Is he not able to die? I don't know, actually. That's a good question. I didn't think about that. Maybe he can't die. Maybe he has very similar powers to the Gorosei. And let's just laugh it up that Oda and his silhouettes, they don't correlate at all. Remember how Kaido looked in silhouettes? He looks nothing like those silhouettes. And remember how like they said Loki looked? He looks nothing like those silhouettes. And man, the next panel, we get the reveal, and let Oda cook, man. When I turned to this panel, man, this panel looks so extraordinary when he is walking up to Loki, and you see Loki is chained up, and all the detail on the chain, all the detail on his coat, everything, the helmet. Dude looks fantastic. Amazing. Let Oda cook, because I got goosebumps when I saw Luffy walking up to this dude, and he is just tied up to what looks like the tree. And man, that panel looks sick. His eyes are covered. He doesn't even know who's approaching, but he says, "State your name." And Luffy, with his famous line, asks, "Where are we? Who are you, and where are we?" He says, "I am the sun god Loki. Oh, and you are in Warland, Elbaph." Goosebumps, man. I got goosebumps when we finally got the confirmation and reveal that we are in Elbaph. And man, I have so many questions on what I'm looking at. So, dude, what is that tree like size structure? Like, it seems like the first floor is all cold. They live up into the tree, so they're in a second layer on the tree. And sure, there's people that probably live on the snow portion, but that dynamic on It looks like it's the Norse mythology tree Yggdrasil, dude. It's Midgard, Asgard on the top. It looks like Oda just said, "Hey, Norse mythology, I like that. Let's do that on this." I am so excited for this freaking arc, man. It looks so sick. I can't wait to see what Oda does with this and what he turns like the Norse mythology into for the arc. Dude, what is that sword? That sword is, I think, no, like this sword is bigger than the sword and utensils that we saw on Onigashima. That sword looks gigantic. So they had thought that the sword was gonna be used by Kid in the last arc, but this we're seeing more like islands that haven't been touched by the world government have this underlying tone of extremely large weapons. But no giant can pick this up. How big was Orz's ancestors? Like, how large was the thing to carry that sword? That sword is huge. Who's using that? Like, I saw the sword and that immediately, I'm sure everybody's attention, but like, I'm thinking, what used that? That's such a sick reveal. How long have I been talking? Man, I've been talking a long time. This chapter has, it's amazed me, man. I love it. This chapter is just what we've been waiting for, and we get a 2 week break. Devastating hate, man. We were enjoying just week after week after week, chapter, and you thought, I'm like, week break, I can accept that. 2 weeks for the break I didn't take 2 weeks ago. Here's another extra week for the break. All right, Oda, fine. Take it, man. You deserve it. After this chapter, you deserve it. Please let me know if you want me to talk about something else on this chapter. Think about something, or come up with a theory. But I wrote down some notes, but that's my review for the chapter. I'll talk about some stuff that I thought when we get revealed Loki, Sun God, World Ender Loki. Man, I'm so excited. So we have the play of the Norse mythology, Yggdrasil, the Atom Tree. But Loki in Norse mythology has 2 kids. I assume he doesn't have kids. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But the roar that Luffy is hearing, let's say it's not a kid, but he has a mythical fruit because he ate a fruit from his father. He took it from his father. We're assuming he has it. I'm assuming I'm assuming he managed to get the devil fruit, and they probably know something about the devil fruit, because why would you kill your father unless you have a fruit nearby, so they know how to transfer devil fruits, because they said this is passed down in the royal family, or they know how to get the devil fruit, like Blackbeard got the devil fruit, so they actually know how to pass down devil fruits, which would incorporate dying in an enclosed chamber, maybe, and absorbing the devil fruit or enclosing it so that spirit or soul of the devil fruit goes into the most nearby devil fruit. So when they're passing away, which is very specific knowing, right? When they're gonna pass away, they can get it. So that's one take. And the Norse, like, Ragnarok event. So it's too easy. Like, that's the thing, is it's too easy for Oda to just do this. So I don't know what spin he's gonna do, but of course, just like every arc, we have a Ragnarok event. Not like every arc, but here, in more so in Elbaph, we can have a Ragnarok level event where they have to destroy everything so they can start anew. And I like the theory, not theory, but like, I like that it's not a princess that we have to save. it's a prince. It's the accursed prince. We know that Loki is going to be misunderstood. He's not going to be an evil guy. He's going to be trying to do something that he got blamed for. Has to be. Like, we met the princess. It's Loki. But he's a trickster. He's a liar. He could be lying of everything he's about to say to feel like he is misjudged or misrepresented. So, but that's Luffy's like strong point. His color of hockey is he can tell if somebody is lying, truthful, or like looking to harm you. So I think maybe he can read that. Maybe it's deceived. Maybe he's deceived by Loki, and he has to be very, very careful now because he's always been a good judgment of character. Maybe not. Maybe he knows immediately, like whatever Loki says, he's immediately going to be at the end of the chapter. Everything you just said is a lie. Maybe. But he'll play along. Could be. He's getting like Luffy is he's getting there, man. He's becoming an adult. His frontal lobe is developing. Like he is becoming a coherent problem solver, and I am here for him, man. He is growing up to be a great leader. But yeah, the Elbaph tree going up to the sky, you can see how you probably have to climb around the tree to reach the sky islands from there. You can see it hitting the sky. So like that's the other way to get to the sky islands is with that Elbaph tree. But man, that's it for me, man. That was such a great chapter for me. I want to say it's slow paced, but the revelation is what did it for me, which is great. Slow paced, but we get revealed great new stuff. So like I don't know if that's a 7 or an 8 out of 10. I think an 8 out of 10. The way Loki was drawn, Elbaph was drawn, Frankie was drawn, 8 out of 10 for me or something like that. I'm just throwing numbers out there right now. Maybe a 7.5 out of 10. I really like the chapter. Like everything paced well, everything hit well for me at least. But yeah, I think that's it for me, guys. Please leave me a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me think of any other things for the next chapter. Man, this video went really long. If you want me to keep them shorter, please let me know also. I was so excited to talk about this chapter, man. So if I'm making them too long, let me know. For next chapter, I think we can do we get more of Loki talking to Luffy, Luffy getting his charisma on Loki, and getting his judge of character. We get the other crewmates, maybe they're moving somewhere else, they lose Luffy, and I think that's it. I don't want to speculate too much. We get to see the other crewmates maybe reach Elbaph. They finally touch down on land. And I think that's it, man. If you got any ideas, any of your theories, please let me know. But that's it for me, guys. And I'll see you for the next one.